Hey, what's going on, guys? Nick Unsworth here, and welcome, welcome, welcome. We've got a really banging webinar presentation for you guys here today, and it's Facebook advertising A to Z. So I'm sorry I'm a minute late here. I just had a couple little tech issues going on, but it seems like we are good to go. And I do want to just double check things. Is my audio okay? So if you just go over to the chat box. We're going to give this thing a little bit of a workout today. So if you go over to the chat box, and if you were to type in yes, if it's good to go, let me know what's going on. And then also, I want you guys to do me a favor. Type in what your job title is. So if you're an entrepreneur, maybe you're a business coach, you're a blogger, you're an affiliate marketer, you own a brick and mortar retail business, just type in there what it is that you do, your title. So I get a little bit of an idea of the audience and understand exactly who we've got here. I see Aaron Parker, I sell shit. Very cool. Cool, all right, lots of entrepreneurs. Okay, it's awesome, I love it, I love it. And how many of you guys are from out here in San Diego? So I'm right here on the bay in Sail Bay in the PV area. Give me just a yes, I'm from SD. Curious how many folks are from San Diego. I'm out here. Okay, sweet. So we got folks from all over the area. Got a bunch of New Yorkers, a bunch of folks from Canada, overseas, Australia. All right, well, welcome everybody. Cool. All right, so I'm just going to dive in. I'm going to try and bring it as hard as I can and give you the best content that I've got. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time about me or my story, but I am going to share just a couple reasons why Facebook advertising is so good, but I'm going to spend the majority of the content here today just diving in, just getting right after it, because this is literally it's kind of like, it's like the gold rush. I mean, Facebook advertising is still currently the absolute #1 platform to advertise on. It's kicking the pants off of Google. It's kicking the pants off of Twitter's new platform and LinkedIn and all these other platforms. And until that changes, we're going to keep spending our money on Facebook. So it is definitely the right time if you're looking at this because you're not sure if you should be advertising on Facebook or not. Just kind of look around. There's a lot of chatter in the social media space, and I'm going to give some examples as to how it's working and why it's working so well. All right, so what are we going to cover here today? The big thing is just about, when you're running your Facebook ads, we want to make sure that you're building authority as you're doing it. We want you to get ideal clients. And the reason I have in quote ideal is because at the end of the day, when you're working with people that are perfect matches for you and your products and services, it's so amazing. It's so much better. So the beauty of Facebook advertising is we can zoom in so closely that we can get to exactly who we're looking for. And that's what makes it so special. So we're going to talk about how to get targeted likes for pennies. And these are, quote, targeted likes, not Zimbabwe, not South Africa. There's no point of doing that if you're going to have likes that aren't targeted. Now, it's always good to have a high like count on your Facebook page. We're going to help you do this the right way. There's a lot of bad information out there. We're also going to talk about how to get email opt-ins for $2 to $3 each. That is phenomenally well. So that is kind of like, I mentioned this at this event with Gary Vaynerchuk, and he said $2. Whoa, he's like, all right, because a $2 for an email opt-in is incredibly low. A lot of people spend $1 or $1.50 for a click. So if you can get, people to opt in with their email and give you their information and raise their hand and say, Nick, I want what you have. Give me the value. I want to know more about what you're doing. That's a big deal. So now in some niches, it might be $5. Currently, right now, I'm going to walk through a campaign that we're doing, where we've ran ads where we're spending. We did an event here in San Diego. We spent $13 for an email opt-in, but you know what? We cash flowed it still at a 3 times return on our investment because we brought in clients that were very targeted geographically, and they were very high quality. There was exactly what we were looking for. Some of our best clients right now came from that marketing funnel, and I'll kind of give some examples too. How to track and manage, and then also the fan following strategy and target your list strategy as well. Those are going to get a little bit more advanced, so that we're going to talk about how those work. But we would probably be here for another 4 hours if I were to actually do the tech and upload and go through the Power Editor on those. Otherwise, we are going to build campaigns as well. Let me see. All right, sound good? You guys fired up? All right, sweet. And you know what? I think Mason has a great question. Are we going to get the slides? Do you guys like the slides? Let me know. Let me know. Yeah. All right. So cool. I'm going to make a note. We will get you guys the slides. We'll send you the replay, and we'll get you a PDF of the slides. Very good call. Thank you for that. All right. So I do have a little surprise for you. It's nothing crazy. You guys may know me as the guy that's always giving away iPads and cool stuff. It's a hot seat. So we're going to do a hot seat here. Today we're going to feature someone's business, which is cool. We literally are able to, in 30 minutes, create some pretty unbelievable breakthrough style coaching. So it won't be a full 30-minute hot seat, but we're going to have you guys type in the chat box. I'm going to pick someone's business, and we're going to rock out a strategy using Facebook ads. All right, so I've summed up my journey with Facebook ads into one slide, so keeping it very simple. So basically, I got rolling as a Facebook marketing expert, and I basically just looked at it. The reason was because I had a business that failed because I did TV commercials, I did radio, and I did print, and it sucked. And basically, I figured there had to be a better way. I was mortified, and I was shocked that businesses had no solution. They were consistently losing money advertising, and it just didn't make sense to me. Like, how is marketing that bad? So I spent tons and tons of money on courses and products and coaching, and just learned the industry. So my first $100 ad campaign that was spread over a 30-day period, I ended up getting a speaking gig in Hawaii. And that was a big aha moment for me, because I ran an ad on Facebook. And let me tell you that I don't share this part a whole lot. So for some of you guys that know me, this will be kind of funny. So I bought all these courses, and they said, you got to run these contests on Facebook and give away an iPad and run ads to it. And the strategy was that when you give away an iPad, and it's a contest, that your click-through rate would be higher. And click-through rate, all that means is that there's a higher percentage of people that see your ad or see the impressions and then click on it. When that happens, Facebook rewards highly engaged ads, and it reduces your cost per click. So I kind of bought into the strategy. And then the next thing they said was use a photo of a woman holding an iPad, preferably blonde. And I'm not making this stuff up. This was literally the training. It was upload a photo of a woman holding an iPad with blonde hair, and use that as the photo. So here I am marketing my Nick Unsworth Facebook page, and of course my name is a male's name, Nick Unsworth, and I've got a picture of a woman holding an iPad, and it completely bombed. And so I probably burned through my first. By bombed, I mean I probably spent my first $50 out of a $100 budget, not getting results, and people were confused, and people were saying, why are you advertising a picture of a woman? You're a man. It was weird. After that, I just looked at it and said, why don't I just use my own common sense and trust my gut? And that will always serve you. So what I'm going to give you here today is some stuff that's worked for me and for my clients. Whatever that little gut that you have says, you know what, I think that I should do X, usually your gut is right. So what did I do? I came back and said, you know what, let me think about my environment. Facebook is a place where people are going to interact with friends. They're seeing baby pictures. They're literally surrounding themselves with friends and family and loved ones, and sometimes past ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends. There's people from high school. They're kind of lurking, kind of creeping on what's going on in the past. But at the end of the day, Facebook is a social platform. So instead of trying to jam a contest down their throats, I figured, you know what? Why don't I just do what seems right to me? And I just wrote, what do you think of my new Facebook page? That's it. And it was my own photo, and it was friendly. And my name is, on the ad was Nick Unsworth, and it says, what do you think of my new page? ? And you know what happened? People went nuts because it wasn't a clear, blatant ad. It was friendly, and they clicked on it, and they said things like, wow, this is really cool. But when they clicked on the ad brought them to a landing tab. the landing tab had a contest where I had they landed on it. There was a video of me, and I said, hey, I'm really glad that you're checking out my page. Here's what I want you to do. Enter your email, and I'm gonna give you XYZ free content, and you're gonna enter to win an iPad. And when you're done with that, just go over to my, at the time it was a wall, go over to my wall and just say what's up. And it was a very friendly, simple funnel. And what ended up happening is that's how I started to build my email list. And from that, it was crazy. I had so many people that were commenting saying hello and hi, and this is really cool, and you look friendly. And it was because it was a nice, friendly, what do you think of my new page? So the moral of the story is that when you are, I call it good guy marketing on Facebook, people will respond to it and it works out well. And then the other thing that happened is I realized how quickly you can create authority on Facebook ads. So in that first month, I ended up getting a speaking engagement in Hawaii, a keynote speaking engagement, and it's because they perceive me as an expert. So that's one of the benefits of marketing on Facebook, is that you can not only build your email list, not only get likes, but you can also create your authority incredibly fast. So from there, I built up a lot of likes on my page, and the brand positioning, as soon as you have over 10,000 likes, there's just something special that happens. And I don't mean fake ones, I mean real targeted likes. You just are seen in a different way in other people's eyes. So if you're an entrepreneur, you're a smaller business, I know we've got some big brands on here too, having that many likes is a beautiful thing. If you're in the local market, you're a hero. If you're the local insurance agent or realtor that has over 1,000 likes, it makes a big difference. From there, built up my email list. And for anyone that's in business, if you don't have an email list, you're not really in business. I've had clients who are we started on the coaching, and it's like they're not making a whole lot of money, or they're still sub 6 figures, and it's like, well, tell me about your email list. Well, I've got 90 people on there. Okay, boom. We need an email list. We need you to get likes, and we need to run ads. It's clear. I also use Facebook for affiliate marketing. I saw some of you folks on here that do internet marketing, and this is what's also interesting, is affiliate marketing. There's a lot of people that promote products for someone else, and you earn a commission. So, I did this after about 6 months into starting my business, and I was trading time for money. And I was like, well, what can I do that doesn't trade time for money? And I see Dan Kennedy has a big product launch. And Dan Kennedy's like the godfather of marketing. And his program was $2,000, and he paid $1,000 commission. And I said, what would happen if I ran an ad on Facebook that said, if you're going to purchase Dan Kennedy's course, why don't you buy it through me, and I'll give you an iPad? Because I made $1,000 commission. So anyone that was going to buy it, they bought it through me, and I gave them an iPad. And so I made $500 per unit, and I only had to spend like about $200 in ads to get a sale. So I ramped that thing up and made 6 figures just by promoting this big product launch. Now, for some of you folks that aren't in the internet marketing industry, I might be sounding like I'm speaking Japanese. But all I did at the end of the day was I was an affiliate selling someone else's product, and I inserted a bonus, and then I read an ad on Facebook and said, hey, if you're already going to buy Dan Kennedy's course, you're already going to buy Cutco knives, buy them through me, and you're going to get a special present. And the fact they didn't know who I was, but the fact that my bonus or my prize was tangible, they didn't care who I was. They wanted to get the iPad. And so guess who I targeted? I targeted the fans of Glazer Kennedy, right? Makes sense? So he did this big promotion, everyone's emailing about it, everyone's promoting it, and here I come in the final hours after their shopping cart opened, and boom, I popped in, I was actually the number 3 affiliate for a huge multi-million-dollar product launch, and I made 6 figures from it. And that scenario also landed me a meeting with him, a 2-day mastermind with me, him, and the other top 10 affiliates. So that's just a kind of another interesting way to use Facebook ads. From there, I was crushing so well with Facebook ads. I ended up managing it for dozens of clients and a lot of cool people. Fast forward, I've sold a business, and I have over 30,000 people on the email list, and we're still to this day living and dying by Facebook ads. Every single promotion we do, the revenue that we bring in, it's get folks into your marketing funnel with Facebook advertising, do really good work for them, over deliver and create customers, and then exceed their expectations and turn them into multiple customers. That's the beauty. It's not just Facebook ad customer and then you always find a new one. Your ad should be supplementing everything that you're doing. So I had a lot of cool businesses I consulted. Everyone from John Assaraf to Keller Williams to Frank Kern, Evan Pagan, Safeco Insurance. So it was pretty cool. All right. So basically, as far as diving into the ads, there's a couple things. I know we've got folks from various skill sets. We've got people from all the way from brand new on here. This is their first time watching ads, or excuse me, thinking about starting to run an ad campaign, all the way to advanced. Let's just take a look at this though. Go to the chat box and type in on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being you are a complete expert, you're someone that could be teaching this thing better than me, right? So 10 would be you're an expert, 1 would be you've never made an ad, or a 0 would be you've never even made an ad ever. That's going to give me a little bit of guidance on how fast or slow I should go. Okay, cool. Natasha, the chat box, if you click on your GoToWebinar icon, if you're a Mac, it's in the tray at the bottom. If you're on PC, it's somewhere on your bottom, I think, too. And there's a little display box. And then you may have to click on the chat button so that it drops down. Find the word chat and click on that. Okay, so we've got, I would say the majority of folks are in the 0. Well, not necessarily the majority, but probably 30% zeros, and then the rest is a mixed bag. So I'm going to start from the top. If you're advanced, even though that this is kind of some of the basics, it is so incredibly important to get this stuff nailed down, and I guarantee you'll get some value out of it. So here's 10 steps that you need to crush it on Facebook and live the dream. And the reason I say live the dream is because when you're bringing in sales as a business, and you're consistently able at any time you want to just snap your fingers, run an ad, and make sales and make revenue, that's so powerful. And that's what I love about Facebook ads. It is the great equalizer. It's the David versus Goliath. No matter who you are, if you can get good at this skill, you will never be hungry. You will never have to worry about money because you know that you can go on Facebook and crank it with ads, get clients, make money. Now, I don't want to elude anyone to think that this is going to be around forever. So I don't think that this is going to, I don't think that we're ever going to see any changes on this, in the next year, maybe 2 years. Just like on Google AdWords, things change. So maximize your time now with Facebook ads while it's so hot, while it's working so well, and it's profitable. So what's possible? We've got Shane Johnson, Ryan Skelly. These are a couple of my homies. These guys are they're very, very incredibly advanced advertising experts. These guys started in the local market. These guys ramped up their business, running ads. Now they're running ads. They run ads for us, to run ads for lots of big brands, to run ads for other, celebrity entrepreneurs. And, these guys, started in the local market. Now they're charging over 20 grand for their services, and that's because of Facebook advertising. So these guys are, we'll be bringing them back on for a lot of the advanced, you're talking very nitty gritty, advanced tactics. So if you guys are interested in, things like retargeting, custom audiences, scraping page IDs, that's where these guys excel. So they've taken what I've taught and their own experiences and their own stuff that they've learned along the way, and then they've just added to it. So so you'll be hearing more from these guys for sure. Jeffrey Ross, here's a guy, my buddy, is a client, he's a Firestarter client, and that's what we call our coaching clients out in Australia. Never ran a Facebook ad campaign before, and he spent $1,250. He brought 424 leads to his email list, generated 1,711 new likes, and made $43,000. So he, does sales training, and he's a business coach for, teaching people how to sell on the phone and from stage and things like that. So that's just one example of, he did our 20-day challenge, inside of 20 days, got up his marketing funnel, got clear, took our guidance, and crushed it. That is a crazy return on investment off of a $1,250 ad spend. So we have tons and tons of these examples, but at the end of the day, I think you guys get it. Facebook is hot, and I'll dive into how to actually get this stuff done. So basically, the 10 steps. You guys ready? I love this kid on the right. He's just like, you can tell he's just screaming like, woohoo! He's fired up. That's like me. Um, I was a ginger actually when I was 4, but anyway. All right, so step 0. So this is step 0. I call it the feedback loop. Is that no matter what you're advertising something that has to give value. The days of advertising from an ad to just buy my stuff, those are gone. So that's why I have to teach this 10-step process, because it isn't just ad to buy my necklace. It isn't just ad to buy an insurance policy through Nick. It's ad to value. Value creates rapport, creates relationship, creates trust. You give value, then you can sell something. But you cannot sell something before you've added value. Because well, you can, but you would have to spend so much money, it would never be profitable. So if we think of that and we know that that's true, then I call it the feedback loop, or putting the cart before the horse. And that just means that we have to make sure that we understand what your market wants, and then that's what we're going to give to them. So as an entrepreneur, there's so many times where we sit and we think and we stew and we plan and we try and figure out what we think the market wants. And oftentimes we are so wrong, it's crazy, right? So there's always our perceptions, but then what we realize is after getting feedback, we realize that the market actually wants something completely different than what we're offering them. So you can see I'm using the feedback loop just in this presentation. I'm asking you guys, where are you at? How fast, how slow am I going to go? I'm going to do that throughout the entire presentation, because for me to be the best trainer I can be right now in this moment is I need to make sure that I'm catering to you guys. It's the closest thing. The chat box is the closest thing I have outside of, if it were a live audience, I could read the audience, right? So how do you do this? You want to take your existing customers, if you have them, and if you don't, that's okay. You want to survey them and ask what they're looking for, because at the end of the day, you want to make sure you're clear in your market. You want to make sure that your advertisement is going to solve a problem. It's a solution to a problem. If I solve your problem here today with Facebook advertising, and I teach you how to do this stuff, at the end of this call, most likely you're going to say, you know what, Nick's a good guy. He just spent 90 minutes of his time busting his butt, creating this whole presentation, teaching me Facebook ads. I kind of like him, right? And at the end of the day, if I have other things that I have to offer that can help you further, why wouldn't you hop on them? If it's going to help you make more money faster or get to where you want to go faster, right? So that's what this is about. So you want to make sure that you take your market and you survey them. I'm going to get a little bit further into that in just a second. The first step, this is simple. This is, you do need to have a Facebook business page. So again, we're going from the A to Z here. This isn't from M to Z, from A to Z. So basically, you've got to have a Facebook business page, because when you're running your ads, you want to be able to utilize things called page posts, which is just as simple as a status update on your Facebook business page, and you turn that into an ad, right? So if you don't have a Facebook business page, you can't do that style of an ad. You can still run ads to your website. That is not our favorite method, and that does not convert the best. So we're going to do it, build a Facebook business page. Now, a Facebook personal profile is what you probably already have on Facebook. That has friends. A business page has likes. So just go to facebook.com/pages and set up your page. If you don't have a page, keep in mind, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a service professional, if you're anything where you're sharing your expert knowledge, anything related to sharing your knowledge, whether it's coaching, whether it's a realtor, you name it, use your own name as your page. A personally branded page is going to kick the pants off of a corporate branded page any day of the week. And the beauty of this is that this has been something that I've taught for a couple of years now, but it's now, we have a really cool case study, and we've got proof that when we ran side by side, I've got a company called Life on Fire, and I've got a Facebook business page for Life on Fire. I also have a Nick Unsworth Facebook business page as well. We took the two pages, we ran a page post on both, same copy, same photo. We targeted the exact same audience, and guess which one had a lower lead cost? We were getting email opt-ins for $2 on the Nick Unsworth page. We were getting email opt-ins for $2.60 on the Life on Fire page. A 60-cent difference when you're only talking about $2 is huge. I mean, if you're going to scale that up across lots of advertising dollars, that is a huge, huge deal. So that was just another, we did it just so that we can, share that case study. I knew it was going to beat it, but at the end of the day, you want to focus on personally branded, which is important. Okay, cool. The other thing is that when you're making your Facebook business page, be sure to keep the name short. You don't want to have it say something like Nick Unsworth, Facebook marketing expert and business coach, because that's going to appear, on the page post. That's going to appear on the right-hand side, right rail ads. I mean, just make it just your name. Now, if you're in a business and that's not possible, that's okay. Just make it your business's name. If you can, make the profile image the CEO or you or a founder, but people crave connections. They're on Facebook. Think about our environment again. So set up your page, email your contacts, let them know you're on Facebook, and now that you have the page, people are always like, well, how do I get the likes? Reach out to your warm market first. Email your contacts. Click that little button there, build audience, invite your friends, get people that know, like, and trust you to your page first so that you can start the page off with some decent likes and comments and shares and things like that. Step 2 is you've got to get really, really clear, very insanely clear on who your ideal customers are, because Facebook gives this beauty, this incredible ability to drill down and to zoom in. You're talking like microscope level. I mean, you can literally just zoom in and market to exactly the perfect prospect. And so you've got to know who your ideal customers are. So we want you to narrow your niche, right? And this is one of these things where the human brain will consistently fight you on this. And you're going to fight me right now on it, most likely. And here's the thing. It's the difference between, hi, I'm Nick Unsworth. I'm a social media expert. And it just falls completely on deaf ears. If I were just a social media expert, I wouldn't be here right now. I probably would have had to ultimately go back and get a job, right? But I decided to be a Facebook marketing expert. And the reason is because when you drill down, you narrow your niche, people can remember you, right? I've got a client, this guy, Alan. He owns a company, My Fitness Chef. So he's a chef, he's also a personal trainer, and he does them both. And you know what that means? He is going to be invisible to people. Absolutely invisible. His marketing will never in a million years stick. But he wants to do both because he can help people. He's trained as a personal trainer, and he has a couple clients for that. And he's a chef. The guy's like phenomenal as a chef out here in San Diego. And he's got success. But when you talk about getting to the next level and breaking the 7-figure mark and making your ads crush, he is going to be absolutely invisible because it's too confusing. People can't think of, oh, Alan, oh yeah, the guy that does fitness and chef. It's too much, right? Versus we started working together, we're drilling down, we're narrowing his niche. His new name is about to be Smoothie Alan, because this guy takes smoothies and he creates this incredible organic, clean concoction of a smoothie, which is not all that, I mean, that's cool that it's organic, it's super healthy, but he's also going to be shipping them locally here in San Diego. There's so much uniqueness to that business. And when people think of Alan and they think of, oh yeah, the smoothie guy, he's going to instantly build something. He's going to instantly have a brand, right? So we've got a guy in town named Drew Canoli. Drew Canoli put all of his focus on juice fasts and juice resets and cleanses. And the guy crushed past 7 figures incredibly fast because people say, oh yeah, that guy Drew Canoli? Oh yeah, the juice guy. You know that guy Nick Unsworth? Oh yeah, the Facebook guy. Mari Smith? Oh yeah, Facebook, right? Maria Andros, video marketing queen, boom, right? So the whole thing is that when you narrow your niche like that, people will instantly recognize you. Your brains only have the ability to think of, if your name pops up and flashes and someone says, what's the first thing you think about? What do they say? I've got a friend, John Lee Dumas. He's a huge mega podcaster. And he said to the guy, Michael Stelzner, that owns socialmediaexaminer.com, he goes, all right, what's the first word that pops up when I say this guy's name? Nick Unsworth. He goes, Facebook. Boom. That's how my brain, that's when I know that right there is like, all right, job well done. I've branded myself as Facebook ads. For you, narrow your niche down. As soon as you start to resist that and say, well, I want to help everybody, all I'm saying is that it's not going to change your complete identity, but it's your first lead-in. So I help people with Facebook advertising. As soon as I help you with Facebook advertising and you're making more sales, that opens up this door into my little kingdom here. And it opens up this door, and you say, holy shit, this Nick Unsworth guy, he's actually a business coach? Whoa, what is business coaching? Wow, he can literally hold me accountable and then help me go from 5 to 6 figures in business, or from 6 to 7, and he's got a track record of helping people break through and up-level their businesses and create success. So it's your lead-in, right? So you got to be very clear on that. The other thing is, I want you to just to make a note here and jot down what are the Facebook pages that your ideal customers like. This is super important because Facebook gives us the ability to target the pages of our prospects. So as an example, if I wanted to, I could target Mari Smith. Mari Smith is a Facebook expert like myself, and I could target the fans of her page, because if it's a fan of her page, they're probably good prospects for me too, right? So you can target your competitors. You know, what are your competitors' Facebook pages? What pages would your ideal prospects like? An example. Smoothie Allen, if he's trying to help people lose weight with his smoothies, maybe he's targeting women, not to pick on women or to say make any judgments, but let's just say it's a woman that lives in San Diego that's engaged, right? That is someone who is about to get married, and that's someone that probably wants to look their absolute best in their wedding picture. And it's someone that probably wouldn't mind spending a few bucks to make sure that that happens, because they're always going to remember those pictures for the rest of their entire lives. So imagine Smoothie Allen's marketing funnel. Now, he's not only going to do smoothies for women that are engaged, about to get married, but it can see how we're narrowing the niche for the purposes of our ads. So, you know, that marketing funnel could be, congratulations on being engaged. I want to give you a free week's worth of smoothies, because I know after you try it for a week, I know for a fact that once you're done and you experience the energy boosting properties and the weight loss capabilities, that you're going to want to take these all the way up into your wedding day. And imagine that marketing funnel, right? And he lets him sample his smoothies first. And that right there means he's adding value, right? So who would he target? He would target people that live within 50 miles of San Diego. He would target women. He would target women that are engaged, which you can do on Facebook. And what I would suggest is he would target women that also like the show The Biggest Loser. Sneaky, right? The Biggest Loser. Why? Because people that watch The Biggest Loser, they wish it were them in the show, right? They're excited. They're interested in health and fitness. It's like they're raising their hand. They like The Biggest Loser. They clearly are somewhat interested in health and wellness, right? And they like the challenge aspect, whether they're doing it or not, right? So Alan's 30-day challenge, 30-day smoothie challenge would be perfect. So you can see how we just kind of zoomed all that in just for Alan, right? So the other thing is that what are their challenges and frustrations? Well, for Alan's market, that might be their challenge is they want to lose weight, or they want to be in their best shape for the wedding. His solution, here's my smoothies. I know you're getting married. I'm going to help you get there. That's the solution. So this is an example meant to teach this part because it's super important. In my example with you guys, your challenges or frustrations might be Facebook marketing is a complete pain in the rear. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. I tried to do an ad campaign. I didn't know what to do. So my solution is here's Facebook ads A to Z, and I'm going to walk you through the steps of the campaign. So the other thing is when you're choosing your ideal customer, you want to make sure that you're choosing ideal customers that have influence, right? For Smoothie Allen, imagine if he got a celebrity on his smoothies, right? And he could market that testimonial. You know, why crawl when you can have a quantum leap in a business? I call it getting an anchor client. You know, when I did Facebook marketing, right? Or I mean, I still do, but instead of going out and getting a local, you know, chiropractor, I said, I'm going to go out and get this guy, Frank Kern, who's got hundreds of thousands of people on his email list. I'm going to go out and get John Assaraf, who's a New York Times best-selling author, right? So choose ideal clients that are big, that have influence. So with that, when you do right by them, they're going to create lots of crazy growth in your business. So that's just a ditty on ideal customers, and I spend a lot of time on this one because this is the number one thing that I'm helping people figure out when I coach with them, and this is the number one thing. If someone says, well, how come my ad campaign wasn't successful? The first thing I say, tell me about your ideal customer. Oh, you don't even know who they are. Okay, well that starts to, now I have an idea why it didn't work. Because if you're not clear on who it is, then literally I really would rather you not run ads. This is a first step for sure. Okay, benefits. When you're working with ideal customers, you're going to get referrals. Referrals are the lifeblood of any good business. We actually have a referral contest we just rolled out, actually I think today. But referrals, it allows you to not have to work as hard. You spend your money on ads to get a customer in the door, and then you jack up the lifetime value of the customer. When we get a coaching client in, and they're $500 a month, that's not just a $6,000 annual client. That's like 18 grand if we can get three. If we do an excellent job, they grow their business like crazy, and then we get 3 referrals, right? Lifetime value of your customer. So that's what's good about having ideal clients is typically you'll be better at working for them. They're not as price sensitive, more fun to work with. And the last thing here is, so who is your ideal customers? If you're still thinking about this and you're not sure in your head right now, there's a couple things I want you to think about or write down. Is to discover your ideal customer, you can do a couple things. One is look at who's your favorite customer that you currently have, who would you just love to work with, and then also you can think about what are you good at? Where does your experience lie? Right? So for me back in the day, and this thing can always change. For me, I had a background in real estate. So when I first started as in Facebook marketing, one of the verticals I went towards was I went to Keller Williams Real Estate, because I could speak their language because of my historical, job that I had before that was a realtor, right? So those are a couple ways you can kind of get to that. I already talked about the rise of the personal brand. I already mentioned, about the fact of using your name on the business page as opposed to just the photo, or excuse me, as opposed to the business name. We're going to just zip through some of this stuff. I want to get you guys to the most important stuff. As for you new folks, Facebook, again, it's your environment. You want to make sure that all the marketing funnel stuff I'm going to get through here is about how to run ads and add value first. 90% of the time we're adding value, 10% of the time we're asking for something back. Don't mess with it. This thing is it's the law on Facebook, if you will. And if Gary Vaynerchuk, who owns a huge social media company, one of my favorite authors, he calls his book Jab, 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 Right Hook, which is give, 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 ask. It technically would only be 75%, but maybe it should have been 4 jabs. But 90-10 rule, you want to make sure you're giving value. The earned media side. This is what plays into stuff that we can advertise about. So earned media, all this means is other people talking favorably about you or your brand, right? So think about this. If I run an ad to, all right, you guys came to this because you may have seen an ad that says, all right, Facebook marketing A to Z, picture of Nick, and I'm explaining the benefits. What about I asked you guys at the end and said, what's your favorite thing you took? What's one aha moment from Facebook ads A to Z? And I got a whole bunch of people that responded and said, my favorite thing about Facebook ads A to Z was Nick's referral strategy, or how he built that page post ad, right? And then what if I ran an ad to that? So I want to just plant the seed that when we talk and you're selling yourself on Facebook ads, that's cool, it's powerful. But I built and sold an entire business when I took it and I went from me talking to my audience talking, my customers talking. And so what I would do is I would get testimonials and have them share them on Facebook. Then I'd run an ad behind it. I'd go out and get an influential client. I'd get a John Assaraf as a client, do good work for him, get a testimonial, run ads to that. And guess who you'd target? I would target the fans of a John Assaraf, right? So it's like Gary Vaynerchuk. I just did this, big live stream with him, and I'm leveraging that. I mean, I'm going to show you a little bit of kind of under the hood as to what we did there, and I have so many opportunities coming at me already because of how I position that. So get yourself an ideal client, do a good job for them, ask for a review or ask for a testimonial, and then market that. Not only is that good because when they share it on Facebook, it's going to create a lot of action, but the other thing is that you screen capture that, you use it, and you put it in your marketing, and then you can run ads to it. So it's a powerful shift, the fact of, because it's coming from somebody else. It's instant trust, builds authority really fast. How to get this consistently. There's a book called Delivering Happiness, and you definitely want to check that out. And inside the book, they talk about Zappos. Zappos built their business off of earned media or word of mouth. When someone bought shoes online, they would upgrade them to VIP overnight shipping. So if I just bought shoes online on Zappos, I'm expecting to get them in 5 business days, and then holy crap, I get an email. I'm now a VIP, Zappos member. I don't even know what I did. And I have a special site to buy my shoes on, and then I get this very clean, clear notification that my shoes are going to be there tomorrow by noon. And it creates a wow experience. And the key here is the fact that it's unexpected. If I sent you a holiday card, December 23rd, it's like, okay, all right, Nick's a nice guy for sending me a card. I like that. But it's Christmas. It's not a shocker. If I sent you a card, March 8th, and just said, just wanted you to know how much I appreciate having you as a client, and if there's ever anything that that I can do for you that you need, please let me know. Here's my personal email and cell phone and stuff. It's a very different scenario, right? So we do that. We send out glasses to some of our private clients, like pint glasses and cool things and shirts, and it creates wow experiences that create reviews, and you can market to those with your ads. Number 6, why you actually need a Facebook marketing funnel. So this is what I talked about in the beginning, which is you have to have a funnel. So you can't go from ad to sale because it's just not going to convert very well. So we go from ad to add value. And the reason it's called a funnel is because you're going to start wide and you're going to put a whole bunch of people in, and you're getting a whole bunch of clicks and impressions, and then what's going to pop out the bottom is someone that opts in for your email. So it becomes a funnel when you exchange information. If you just run an ad or a promoted post and you quote boost it and it gets any more engagement, that's cool, but that's not a funnel. A funnel is when you're going to get the email, and you really want to get the email because that's what's going to help you build your business. Even though email is changing and everything's changing, building an email list is the backbone of any business. So that's why you want to have a marketing funnel. Now, the cool thing is that once you have your marketing funnel, this allows you to follow up. And what's so important, I actually just had a call that just before this call with a client, and she was like, "Yeah, Nick, I'm a little disappointed." She's like, "I ran through your 20-day challenge. I thought I followed everything great, and I only got 40 leads." Now she got 40 leads. And she spent, what was it? It was 40 leads. She spent, I think it was $383. So her lead cost was high, right? So it was, let's just call it $10 a lead. Even at $10 a lead, not a big deal, right? That's not, I mean, it's high. We'd like to see her get it down to 5, but it's like, listen, that's your first ad campaign. We can drive that down. You got started, you did it. That's what's most important. And then it's like, okay, and by the way, you have 40 leads. How are you following up with them? And then it was just complete friggin' silence on the line. I'm like, okay, so if you're not going to follow up the leads, then we don't even do the funnel to begin with, right? So the whole thing is that you got these beautiful targeted leads into your funnel, and you did a webinar, and then you sold, and no, you didn't get any purchases, but you only had 40 people. I mean, that's not big numbers. So here's what you do. You take these 40 amazing, ideal leads for you, and just send them a personal email. Don't go MailChimp or iContact or Constant Contact. Take 40 times in a row, send them, a direct email, because it's going to get delivered. They're going to see it. It comes from your Gmail or whatever, and send them an email and just let them know and say, hey, listen, I just want to, offer you a free 30-minute strategy session, and I'm going to do X, Y, and Z benefits, and I'm going to add more value for you. Because if they didn't buy, you did not add enough value. It's not my process. It's not my funnel strategies. It's you didn't add enough value, right? So using that strategy, all she has to do is go back to them and then get on the phone, right? For where she is in her business, she needs to be on the phone communicating with them. Now, the beautiful thing is that those 40 people could turn into crazy sales for her. Like literally, she should have 10 sales out of 40. It's that good. Most people don't take the time to get on the phone. The reason she has to do that is because she only has 40 leads and she doesn't have much money. She needs to. Otherwise, what you want to do is you get your leads in, and then after they opt in and that's done, you can't forget about them. Now you put them in, you do a weekly email, and this is something that we're doing a major overhaul on our business, is that we want people to want to open our emails instead of kind of like, oh, here's the next thing coming up. Like, we're changing that, but you want to make sure that you're communicating because, you've got to follow up and follow up and follow up and follow up, and then when the time's right, then they purchase. But don't expect them to always just buy it in the first one. So the lead magnet, so this is super important. So this is what is the actual lead magnet. So a lead magnet is going to be, that's part of your marketing funnel. So this is the exchange. Why am I going to give you my email address? Oh, because Alan's going to give me a free week of smoothies, or because Alan's going to give me a coupon. If you're in retail, e-commerce, or you have a physical product, coupons is a lead magnet for you. If you're a coach or an expert or a social media marketer like me, webinars are fantastic because they're live. People are like, hey man, why don't you automate those? And it's because, and I always say back, it's like, dude, because I want to build an actual relationship. If they can hear me and I'm interacting with the chat, and it's live, and I can answer some questions at the end, it's a very different experience than them watching a video, right? So webinars are still our number one method for us anyway. I've spent the money and done live streams where you're on camera and it's expensive, and I find that webinars still do better. So your webinars, where you share your content, your information, and again, you want to know what your ideal customers' frustrations are so that your webinar is the solution to their challenge, right? You can do referral contest. So I'm going to do a quick dip over and show you what I mean by referral contest. Because we actually just started one literally today. And it crushes because, all right. And the reason it works is because it's a timeless strategy of asking for referrals. There's so many marketers that were so obsessed with the shiny object and give me the ninja, like retargeting technique. And it's like, guys, if we just take a breath and think about a referral contest like this, running ads to my existing fans for this, perfect. Me running ads for a referral contest to strangers, not good, right? So in this case, I've got 48,000 fans on the Nick Unsworth page. They should see this. I've got 20-something thousand on the Life on Fire page. They should see this. And it's as simple as this. It's a website page that is sole focused. So in all of our lead magnets, we want to make sure it's sole focus. So all it is, it's a video of me explaining how it works. So step one, write a fan review. Boom. They're going to get a raffle ticket. When they get there, they land on a page and they can choose a star rating and they can write reviews. So this is 5 hours ago, 5 hours. This is awesome, right? Now check this out. Anyone that writes these reviews, these share on their Facebook page. So if Sherry Lee has 495 friends, they now just saw working with Nick has been life-changing. It's so refreshing to be amongst a group, you know what I'm saying? Crazy. So what's going to happen? This little contest here, I'm only marketing this to people that I know, to customers, to fans, to people on our email list. But if they write that review and that shares to their 200, 300, 400 friends, holy crap, that's the earned media that I've been talking about. And the great thing about this strategy is that you don't have to spend much money. The only money you would spend on this would be to advertise this to your existing likes. So if you have 1,000 likes, you're talking $10. You can reach them all, right? So this is a very low cost one. But the benefit is they get here and I coach them and explain how they can write a review. Then they'll get a raffle ticket just for writing a review. Then I explain our coaching programs, right? Not everyone even knows I even have these things, right? And we just reopen them, and we've got 2 programs, and basically I'm saying, here's what I'm looking for. I've got room for 5 Firestarter Elites, and I just reopened the regular Firestarter program. Here's how it works. And what's going to happen is that people are going to look at this and say, holy crap, maybe I should check that out, right? Or some people are going to look at that and say, well, I'm already a Firestarter. I should probably send in a referral, right? If you just ask your database to send you referrals, they will. When I was in real estate, this is one of the blessings being in real estate. I was told and coached to call my friends, my family, people that I went to college with, literally on a monthly basis, and just say, "Hey, what's going on, Uncle Marty? I know, you're not looking to buy a home, but if there's anyone that you happen to know that's looking to buy a home, if you could send me those referrals, that would be so helpful, so appreciated. Nephew Nick needs a little help, but it's literally you're asking for a favor." And what ends up happening is that when you consistently ask for referrals, you stay top of mind. And if people send you referrals, that's free business, right? So this is one of the strategies we use. And again, your marketing costs on this are almost nothing. For me, I'll probably spend like $200-300 to make sure that this reaches all of my existing fans. And then you share some prizes. Right now we've got prizes where, who the grand prize is that we're going to fly the person out first class to San Diego. We've got an event coming up January 10th, and the keynote speaker is this guy, Gary Vaynerchuk, New York Times bestselling author, one of my favorite authors. He wrote a book called Crush It, Cash In on Your Passion. So we're going to fly whoever wins, this person, to San Diego. We're going to rent a Ferrari. The Ferrari, so that person can drive it, because we want to create a unique experience that they will literally never forget. Gary Vaynerchuk charges over $1,000 for 10 minutes of his time, literally. So they're going to get to pick him up from the airport, be with him for about a half an hour, then come to our event and all that good stuff. So that's a really just unique thing. We're also going to cover the hotel stay and the event cost and all that good stuff. Oh, and we've got like a VIP experience that night. We're going to be actually with our private clients. Our Firestars going to be hanging with Gary at night, private setting. So it's pretty cool. The second thing is a VIP day with me, where I'm going to coach for, it's technically a half VIP day for 4 hours and work on their business, $5,000 value. Then we've got iPad, we've got, Kindle, and then Life on Fire T-shirt. So you can see how, think about your business and what are your steps. Now, each person that does step 1, get a raffle ticket. If they send in a referral, they're actually going to get 5 raffle tickets. And the cool thing is we're actually giving out referral bonus. So when our clients, if they refer someone, there's a 20% commission, so that they can actually use that to offset their own coaching costs and stuff. So it's a cool program. In your case, you may have step 1, write a review. Step 2 could be fill out a survey. Step 3 could be send in a video testimonial, right? Then we would call that a giveaway, not necessarily a referral contest, but you can change the steps, and you'll notice there's no technology here. This is just a hyperlink and just a simple landing page. So this, to me, is the most effective way to run a contest, is to have it be custom like this. And asking for referrals is, no matter what your business is, I can literally guarantee you, if you did this program, I've never not had someone get business from it. And it's not just good business, not just business, it's high quality business. So there's all kinds of lead magnets. You could also do a PDF, you could do a free report, you could do a phone consultation, but the idea is, what are you going to do first so that when they look at your ad, there's a reason for them to interact with it and add value. Another example, this is our Facebook ads A to Z. This is, of course, we ran this back in July too, and I'm giving this training, of course, and that's my way of adding value with the training and in exchange for the email. So some of the tips as far as the ads go, I'm going to do some high-level tips, and then I'm going to take the last 30 minutes of this presentation, I'm going to drill down into some campaigns, and we're actually going to start building some of these ads. And again, it's so important that sometimes I've had I've had a few people that say, listen, you know, when do I get the actual campaign stuff? And I've tried it both ways. I've been training this stuff for about almost 4 years now. And if you don't go through the beginning part, it's like your ads are going to suck. So you just have to trust me a little bit on it. But basically now, as we shift gears to Facebook ads, this is really important that you want to make sure that when you're running the ads, the right-hand rail ads are starting to respond really well and coming back. So we're going to talk through how to leverage both of those. You also have promoted posts. Promoted posts are what appears in the person's newsfeed. So they can be jarring to people if they're used to seeing their friends and their family and baby pictures, and then it's like, bam, buy my stuff. It's like, how did you get my newsfeed? People feel like you're invading their privacy a little bit. So promoted posts, they're really good. This is where we're getting some of the best success, but you got to make sure that you're adding value for your audience so that it's not jarring. Instead, it's, how did he know that this is exactly what I need right now, right? And make sure that your copy is very friendly and conversational. You want to make sure that your ads appear on mobile. My guys, Shane and Ryan, this was a huge discovery that we had back in the spring of this past year. We started marketing on mobile with Facebook ads, and our lead costs dropped to we even got it below $2 an email opt-in. And that was huge. That was less than half of what we were paying before. And it's because mobile is a huge opportunity. Number one, Facebook works off of an auction bidding model, and people just aren't aware on how to market on mobile. And number two is that that's where people are consuming Facebook. So if your ad doesn't appear in the news feed, then they don't even see it. So you've got to use a promoted post for that reason. Your big goal here, I touched on this a little bit before, is that your goal is to have a high click-through rate. So that all that means is that the number of impressions, and all that means is however many times your ad gets displayed and it's in someone's face, what's the percentage of times between it being in someone's face and them clicking on it? The higher the likelihood that they're going to click and interact with your ad, the higher the click-through rate. When your click-through rate is higher, what ends up happening is that Facebook looks at that and Facebook says, all right, here's an ad that people seem to like. Here's an ad that's interactive and they like it, and that's good. And Facebook then rewards you as the advertiser and they lower your cost per click. And we're not just talking like they lower it in a week from now. I mean, they lower it instantaneously. Right? They're that good at picking up on this stuff. So what ends up happening is that you can run an ad like that, and then instantly your cost will drive down. You might be suggested bidding price might be, holy crap, I'm going to spend 85 cents for a click, and then you have a good ad with a high click-through rate. Next thing you know, you're spending 8 cents per click. Right? So that's why when I ran an ad and said, what do you think of my new page? And it's a smiling picture versus a woman with an iPad saying, join the contest. The click-through rate was higher, my ad cost got lower, and I could take the same ad spend and stretch it way, way further than my competitors. I can spend a fraction of what my competitors spend. So your goal is to have a high click-through rate. Next thing that I already talked about was narrowing your niche, making sure that you're keeping your ads very focused. Now, an example of this is that, sometimes people say, well, I don't want to just be, got a woman that, let's use Smoothie Allen. Smoothie Allen, well, Nick, I don't want to just be the smoothie guy for women that are engaged about to get married. And I said, well, who do you think is going to see that? The only people that are going to see that are women that are engaged, that live in San Diego, that are going to be getting married. So you are going to be to them what they want and what their challenge is. Outside of that, no men are going to see that. And we'll run a separate one for men about working out. Working out so that they can get the body to get the girl, right? So it doesn't mean that Smoothie Allen, his entire business has changed. His marketing funnel has changed. So you want to make sure that you've got narrow marketing funnels. As an example, another example, Facebook Facebook marketing. This one is almost general. This is for anybody. We've got lots of different folks on here. I run this, and I've done it for insurance agents. I've done it for realtors. I've done it for chiropractors. I've done it for business coaches. I've drilled down so that when I target that audience, they're really, really interested because they feel like I'm speaking to them. As far as your lead magnet goes, keep your promoted posts, the copy conversational. There we go. And here's just the difference between a right-hand rail ad and a promoted post. The one in the middle, this appears in the news feed, and it's like, I mean, literally just conversational is how I talk. I say, hey, all the time. I'm hosting a new live stream event where I'll teach you how to use the new and improved Facebook ads to get X, Y, and Z. Versus on the right-hand side, there's just a different look and feel and getting a lot of engagement. The more engagement you get, the more social proof, the more people want to attend and show up. So what do you guys, actually, no, I'll pause for a second. If you've got questions, just give me a second. I'm going to crank through. We're going to walk through campaigns. We're going to do a little hot seat, and then on top of that, I want to make sure that you. So I'll get to some questions at the end. But this is something that's really, really cool. So this is the answer to getting targeted likes. So this might be a spot where just jot down what you see on the screen here because it works really, really well. So the reason you want to get targeted likes is because your ad costs will be lower when you have targeted likes. If I run ads to a page that has, 100 likes versus running an ads through my Nick Unsworth page that has 48,000, two very different experiences. It's not only just that my ad costs are going to go down with the page that has more likes, but the other thing is my conversions are going to be better too for when I sell something, because there's a perception that this guy has so many likes, he's got to be decent, right? Because people like him. We want that for your business. We want to make sure that you've got that as well. So, or you probably already have that, but we want to make sure that you've got more. So this is how to get thousands of targeted likes, and to do it at a very low cost and make sure that they're targeted. And so the line is just click like if you love. Insert your niche. And just also make a note that these are right-hand rail ads. These are not promoted posts. These are right-hand rail ads. And so here's what we're doing. This style of an ad, all we're doing is we're tapping into Facebook's, we're just tapping into their algorithm. They reward you for high click-through rates. This is going to be highly clicked. The click-through rate will be very high. Your ad cost will be way lower than normal, and that's how you can get likes for pennies. Instead of getting clicks for $1, you can get likes for pennies. So basically, if you have it say, click like if you love, then insert whatever your niche is. So if you're a realtor, it'd be click like if you love real estate. Or you could write click like if you love flip this house. See the difference? Click like if you love real estate is targeted because you're going to get people that are interested in real estate. However, if I'm a realtor, I just spoke at a real estate convention about 2 weeks ago with Susan Lassiter, and her audience was real estate investors. So I said, okay, the difference is click like if you love flip this house. Because what they're going to attract is people that want to flip houses. For them, that's what they want, because they wanted other investors to pool money and do all kinds of cool stuff. So you can see how that's a little adjustment. In my case, it could be click like if you love social media, right? It could be, I've got a client out in Hawaii and works for a radio station. And he's like, hey, man, so how do I get these likes? I want to have more likes than any other radio station on the islands. And I'm like, all right, well, this is easy. Just do the click like if you love campaign. I was like, well, what would I do? Click like if you love radio? Like, no, not click like if you love radio. Just, we could do better than that. What's the #1 artist that people are interested in at your station? He goes, oh, Bruno Mars. I said, perfect. So if that's the audience that's ideal for you, and that's the likes that you want on your page, have your ad say click like if you love Bruno Mars. And guess who we would target? And he's like, who? I'm like, dude, you're going to target the people that like Bruno Mars. Just go on to the Facebook Campaign Manager, and in the precise interest, Bruno Mars has a Facebook page that has 1 million+ people on it, and that's who you would target. And then you would target geographically the regions where your radio actually plays, right? And think of how good that is, how targeted that is. So he's bringing people that love Bruno Mars, and that's what his station plays, right? So it's really cool. If anyone has a question, we got people asking, can you use a Bruno Mars picture for that ad? Now, technically speaking, you've got to be careful with, photos and things that you're doing, and, so like using someone else's image like that, like a Bruno Mars picture, can you get away with it? Absolutely. The client definitely did. Um, you know, I don't, I wasn't too worried about it, but I mean, for me being in my shoes here as the trainer, the correct answer is, you got to be careful about, infringing upon anybody, and make sure that you can use the actual image. But there's a lot of ways that you can actually search on Google for images that aren't that don't have any restrictions on them. Use iStock photo, things like that. Even if he had his radio station icon there, 92.5 or whatever, with a face, that still it would still work. So be careful with images, but I've never seen Facebook really bust anyone for it, but definitely just want to tell you the right thing. Okay, cool. So, all right, so we have an interesting one here. So Ty saying, I sell art collection software. Art collection software, how would I do this? So Ty, just type in there, who is your audience? Who is your ideal customer for that? So if you sell the software, that's cool, but, oh, art collectors. Okay, so if it's art collectors, so that's his audience. So you could literally say something like, click like if you love art, because art collectors are going to like art. That would work. Now, I think Ty could do better than that by saying, well, what type of art collectors does he attract, right? So think about how we're doing this. It's kind of cool. So if his mission is to sell art collection software, and his target market or his ideal customers are art collectors, it's click like if you love art. Now that's cool. That's cool. I want it to be like exceptional. It would then be click like if you love, and then let's have Ty just think about who your art collectors, what are they collecting the most of? If, for example, if like Van Gogh is like the Kumo D, like the just like the amazing thing, if they could only get a piece of Van Gogh or something like that, or that's like it's untouchable because it's so expensive, right? But what's something that they would just say, yeah, I love that all day long, right? So he can even drill down on this and make it so that his this is even more juicy and targeted by saying click like if you love Van Gogh or something like that. So whatever art that they like to collect, put that in there, and that's step one. So now you've got the ad, and then step two is, well, now how do you target it? Well, you would just target the actual art collectors. So how would you do that? You would go onto Facebook, and you'd pull up two screens, Facebook and Google, and type in art collectors on Google, and figure out art collectors and find the top 5 websites. Click on them. Typically, you might see their Facebook icon, where you can then find them on Facebook. If you're the kind of business that ranks on the first page of Google, you're probably on Facebook. So you can use Google, you can use Facebook search, but all we're trying to find are what are Facebook pages that art collectors would hang out on. I guarantee you there's probably like an art collectors association. There's probably pages that have to do with art collecting, right? There could be a TV show about it. So that's where you just do a little bit of recon, a little bit of research, and you can find where those art collectors are located, and then you put those in the precise interest and target this ad to those art collectors, and you watch. You'll have a really, really good click-through rate. You'll be getting art collectors into your marketing funnel for very, very cheap. All right, sweet. So let me see here. Okay, cool. This is just a separate little tip here, private Facebook group and follow-up. I mentioned this because we did this for our event. We held an event in San Diego November 1st, and this completely crushed, and here's why. All right, let me just show you guys the marketing funnel. Let me see. Do I have it up? Nope. Okay. All right, so here's what we did. We ran an ad. So I want to walk through a full campaign, and then we're going to jump in the campaign manager. We're going to build a couple. All right, so our goal was to market an event that was in San Diego, November 1st, and it's called Life on Fire San Diego, right? So our outcome was to get entrepreneurs to our event. However, we had to think about it one step further. What's our end-end outcome, right? It's not just to get butts in seats, right? We wanted to get the right people in seats. So we said, all right, well, we want to get entrepreneurs there, but we can go further than that. We didn't want to just get entrepreneurs there. We knew that when we did our event, we're going to add tons of value all day, and we knew we were going to open up our Fire Starter coaching program and then close it that day, right? And so who are the people that would want that? Well, it's entrepreneurs. It's people that are interested in, like Smoothie Allen, right? People that are looking to monetize their experience, their knowledge, coaches, experts, service professionals. We even have a bunch of brick and mortar businesses. So we said, all right, that's our goal. That's what we want. Now we need to work backwards and reverse engineering. So if we want to get, fire starter clients at the event, okay, so how are we going to get butts and seats? We're going to get butts and seats by targeting entrepreneurs that live in San Diego. How are we going to do that? Boom, we took a step back. And so we said, all right, our lead magnet is going to be a webinar. And the webinar is going to be about how to build a multiple six-figure business, and to teach our 4 pillars about marketing, about mindset, about networking, and about how to, have way more fun in your business than you ever thought possible. So we did this whole thing about that event. So we created a webinar. We targeted people that live in San Diego, and we ran a webinar, right? So that was our lead magnet. We got, we're very clear in the marketing that we're looking for entrepreneurs, and that this, who the webinar was for. They showed up. I delivered really cool content about, how to build a business and life on fire. Had a lot of testimonials on there, good, examples, and we sold a lot of tickets to our event. Then did the event, and we ended up getting our fire starter clients. So you can see that whole process, it started with getting clear on what we want, and then thinking about, well, what's the lead magnet? How can we help people? And our marketing was saying things like, if you're an entrepreneur and you're working more than 40 hours a week, this webinar is for you. If you're an entrepreneur that's overworked, you're an entrepreneur that you had these big dreams when you started your business, and then somehow, some way, you find yourself working like a dog, and you're still not even making a ton of money, right? If you're working 80 hours a week, you should be getting paid multiple 6 figures for that, right? So, we catered to their problems. We catered we surveyed that whole cart before the horse. I know what bugs entrepreneurs. It's, I'm working so hard, I'm spinning my wheels. Why am I not more successful, right? So we catered to that in our Facebook ads, in our promoted posts, in our funnel. And then my webinar was the solution to that. We gave tangible steps that they can take, things that they can do for their mindset, things that they can do to break through limiting beliefs, things that they can do to get more marketing help to grow their business. And then at the end, we said, hey, here's tickets to our event, and here's a special offer that's good that day. So it's very cool, simple process. All right. The reason I have this on the screen here for number 10 is that in addition, we gave them access to a private Facebook group. The private Facebook group was an absolute game changer. So we brought in 700 people. Let me pull this up. We brought in 700 leads at about $13 a lead, and we also added them to, we called it Entrepreneurs on Fire San Diego. Out of the 700, we have 476 people that not only did they enter and register for our event, but we also gave them the ability to join our Entrepreneurs on Fire, our San Diego private Facebook group. I mention this because this is another mechanism to follow up. So we have 700 email addresses. We also now have a private Facebook group where we're building community only for people that live in San Diego. So this now provides us with, we posted our photos from our last event here. We've got my team member Ryan and myself where we're sharing content in here. We're adding value so that we can stay in touch, right? So in your marketing funnel, I want to encourage you. You can build some really good community. You can create a very unique experience by adding a Facebook group to your funnel. So Smoothie Allen, maybe Smoothie Allen has an actual Facebook group for anyone that opts in. And he's just it's just another place for him to share info about smoothies. Cool thing with these groups, the deliverability, if you will, when you're the group admin, or the likelihood of that your stuff is going to show up in the newsfeed is a lot higher than even a Facebook business page. So just wanted to kind of throw that out there. It's a little cool, technique that works really well. So Arif, he's asking, how do you get the $13 figure? So we just looked at it as far as tracking goes. Um, we use the Facebook conversion pixel. Sounds a little techy, but all that is it's a little piece of code. You go into Facebook, create your ad, and create the conversion pixel, and then you place that after the opt-in. So you would put the conversion pixel on it's the quote thank you page. So if you opted in for this webinar that you're here on today, we had a conversion pixel on the thank you page. The thank you page said something like, hey, mark your calendar, we're really glad you signed up. And that's how we knew, how many people converted. And the nice thing is that if you use the Facebook conversion pixel, you can actually look at your stats on Facebook and it will show you your conversions right on the same screen. It's very simple. Now, if that's either complicated or you're like, what the heck is he talking about? You can use a program to set up an affiliate program. So we use a company called Infusionsoft. There's other things like One Shopping Cart. All that is so simple is that you can set it up so that if I take a link and I make an affiliate link out of it, I could track that link and track my clicks. I could track the opt-ins and I could track the sales. The reason I like the affiliate tracking style is because I don't want to just track the campaign I did today. Why don't I track what that customer does over the next 8 months, next 2 years? Maybe they didn't buy today, but they bought a year from now, and they bought a ton. You know what I'm saying? So like it's a really cool way where, to set up an affiliate program, it makes it easy. Then in your posts, you're just using your affiliate link to track, which is cool. So cool. So what do you guys think about the 10 steps? Fired up? You guys want me to show a campaign, do a little hot seat, show you guys the campaign editor and how to work all that stuff? Just give me a little hell yeah, or if this is cool. All right, nice. Got a lot of people that are fired up. Boom. This is awesome. Yes, show a campaign. Get her done. All right. Thanks, guys. All right, so as far as the campaign goes, I'm just going to pop over here. All right, so campaign's really easy. All you have to do, you go to facebook.com/manage, and it's going to pull up the campaign manager. One thing I ask you to do at some point today, between now and the end of the day, if you've never been in here, just go in there and create an ad. You don't even have to run it. You don't have to spend any money. Just take that action and just tinker with it. Play with it for 15, 20 minutes or half an hour. Because once you do that for your market, it's going to open up your eyes. It's going to help you take action, create a little progress, but just get in there and work it. So check this out. So these are some of our campaigns. And you can see here the conversions. You can see here you've got different styles and different things that had going on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at, let's see here. Let's look at this one. All right, so I'm going to show this campaign here, and let's see if we can pull this back. Okay, cool. So, and we typically, we'll peel this stuff back and we'll aggregate it across multiple ads, and Shane and Ryan, those are our guy. I told you about those guys earlier, but they'll run this stuff back, and they're trying different combinations. They're trying and they're testing and split testing, and it's really cool in advance. So we'll definitely have more content about advanced content for those of you that are looking for the ninja. That's what those guys do. I'm more of a just get started, get really good results, and get coached up the right way. So if we show you what the ad looked like, this is going to show on the right-hand side. This ad, even though it's here on the right-hand side, we did run this as a promoted post as well. And what's cool about it is this ad, they would click on it, and they would get to a Facebook video of Gary Vaynerchuk. Now, the cool thing about this marketing funnel is that I use this marketing funnel to create crazy brand positioning and to for brand positioning, also because we have him speaking at our event in San Diego, and it has completely changed our brand since we did this. And because he's a New York Times bestselling author, so if I put my head next to his, what's going to happen? People are going to look at me favorably, right? This is the same kind of stuff we would want to do with you. So you can see here that this is a video that Gary made about the live stream that we did. If I click on this, you can see they watch the video pops up in their either on the right-hand side or in the news feed. They see the copy. It's very conversational. Gary Vaynerchuk is in the house. Told you we weren't kidding about getting him live. Are you interested in finding out how you can not only meet him live, but actually network and etc.? So you click on the link, and then boom, here's the marketing funnel. So this live stream that we did called Cash In on Your Passion. I've got my mug right next to Gary's mug. They would opt in, and you notice the copy. Notice how simple this copy is. Here's why this live stream will be awesome. And now I have benefit statements. You've got a very simple headline. You've got your opt-in above the fold, and then you've got very simple benefit statements. 3-part action plan so you can start doing what you love and making more money now. Every single person that opted in, we gave them a free copy of his book. I personally bought 2,230 books, and I want to create a unique experience, a never been done experience. They would opt in to join the live stream live, and they would also get a copy of his book. Now, what did that do for us? We added value, right? So this is like, holy crap, like this guy Nick is not only going to give some really unique, cool content, but he's also giving a free book. Like this guy's books, they're game changing. I mean, you could read, like literally, if the one takeaway from this webinar is reading this book, it could change your business. And I want to provide that. So I know that it has that power. He's changed my life by reading Crush It. So I bought 2,230 of these books. I'm still giving them away. And so then people basically showed up for the live stream event. And I want to show you how that worked. So I literally flew to New York, and I wanted to create a unique experience. I flew to New York, I brought in a couple of video guys, and we created a really, really unique behind-the-scenes. This is me here in New York at his office. I go running around the office. We end up drinking wine on camera and doing all this cool stuff, and he just crushed it. He gave so much value. And what we did was, the purpose of that is because Gary Vaynerchuk is speaking in San Diego. So we did this marketing funnel to share awareness about Gary Vaynerchuk and his new book, and we gave the book away, and people are going to be able to join us in San Diego at this event, and he's doing a keynote speech there, and for our VIP clients, the guy's going to be hanging out there at night. So think of how all that happened. I'm spending I bought 2,230 books. It was over $30,000 I spent on this guy's books. However, the reason I did it was because I knew that it was going to lead to the right prospects. Giving away the books would be unique, and from a brand standpoint, putting my mug next to his and running ads, I've already had PR opportunities. I've already had a magazine reach out to me. I've had people in the industry say, "Hey, man, looks like you're up to big things. We're filling our event in San Diego," and the guy's keynoting there. So it's a game-changing approach for me, and I want you to see that branding by association and that. How that all kind of works, and that's just another example of a funnel. So I'll briefly kind of demonstrate what this means all in here is that this ad, you can see our audience, we're targeting 600,000 people that live in the US or Canada who like Mari Smith, Social Media Examiner, Amy Porterfield, Gary Vaynerchuk, right? So these are all people that are in social media, and we wanted them to show up for our live stream. And from there, you can see our click-through rate was 2.831. If you're running a page post ad, anything above 2 is pretty good. If you're running a right-hand rail ad, anything above 0.3 is good. And we typically get higher too. All right. And so when you come in here to build an ad, why don't you guys just type in, give me an industry, and let's talk about the setting up the campaign, do a little hot seat. Okay, so you've got all right, cool. Relationship industry. Ah, yes. All right. we've got a handful of people in the relationship industry. Okay, we're going to go relationship industry. All right, so here's what you do. Come in here, you hit create an ad. It's going to pop up, and you can choose which ones to create. At this point, what I want you to focus on is if you have a brick and mortar business, offers can be really good. If you're doing events, I personally ran a decent amount of ads, and we did bring in ticket sales using the events, which was cool. However, what I would like you to focus on are these two, the page likes and page post engagement. So what I'm going to first talk through is going through a page likes campaign. So I'm just going to pull up my Life on Fire page as an example. Now here's the thing. As a page likes, here's what we want. We want to make sure that this is going to send traffic to your Facebook business page. If you're going to send traffic to a Facebook business page, I want you to keep in mind that if you're going to do this style of an ad, this is a really important distinction. If you're going to do this style of an ad, there's two things to test. One is having an actual landing tab. So I don't want to get too crazy and too techie on you guys, but if I pull this up, you can see here that this is my Facebook business page, and there's a tab here. It's a live stream tab. You can see that this is sole focused, right? Facebook ads A to Z, right? Boom, they come in here, can register, and there's a tab. Now, the reason is because as I'm going through this and I'm building a campaign, there's a couple things I want you to do. One is I want you to change the photo. You can just run, timeline covers, but you want to make sure that you're catering to the recommended size for the newsfeed. This is 600 by 225 pixels. So I want to make sure that you're catering to that. When you're running a right-hand side ad, the size is completely different, right? So on the right-hand side ad, you want to make sure that it's different. I personally would either choose, if I'm going to run an ad in the newsfeed, I'm going 600 by 225 pixels. I would remove the right-hand side because this, to me, is like, you can't even see it. You know what I mean? It's just not catering to the right size. However, if you're going to run a right-hand side ad, I would remove the newsfeed so that you can make sure that this is an optimized ad. I think it was 87 by like 125 or something. You can Google it, but so I would choose one or the other for the style of an ad. Now your headline you can fiddle with, you can change, and you can use, if we're running a right-hand side, ad, this would be, could be click like if you love. You can change your copy around, and we'll get too far into that. But I do want you to see, this is a very important one, is when you're running this style of an ad, you're either doing a like campaign or you're sending them to a specific action. If they click this and they end up on my timeline, is that going to create a funnel? Is that going to create a conversion? Is that a funnel? Not really. That's just going to get them to your wall, to your timeline. Versus if I say free live stream event, what's going to happen is that when they click on my ad, they're going to land, boom, on this. This is a very, very different experience. This is a funnel. This is how you create conversions and build a business, right? So that's important. You can choose the tab to send them to. If you guys have any questions, we offer help as far as how to get those things made. We've got a really crazy inexpensive provider and stuff. We have a whole course that just teaches this process, the marketing funnel. Now we're going to drill down. So we're going to say that we're going with the dating and relationship niche. So you'd have photo. It could be if she's building her own brand. Let's just say that, for example, it's we've got a client, Jolene, right? Jolene is building her name in the industry. It'd be a photo of Jolene, and she's saying, let's just say that her goal is to get email opt-ins. It might be, a lead magnet if you're looking for opt-ins. And let's say your target market is for Jolene, it's men 35 to 45, and her company, she calls it the dating IPO, initial public offering. And so she knows that her market, there are successful men that are busy, they don't have time for dating or online marketing. So she could be saying something like, don't have time for Match, and it's click here to get 5 proven dating techniques or 5 tips to help you get the date of your dreams, right? And then they click because that's solving their problem. They click on it and it's her and it's a webinar, right? And they're entering their email to register for a webinar. Or it could be a video series. If her market's the United States, we're going to stick with the United States, and we're also going to change and make it so that it is, let's call it, 35 to 45. We come in, her target market is men. And here's the key part is precise interest. This means these are Facebook business pages. These are where you want to type those in. So men that are interested in that, in dating. I mean, they actually might be men that like Match.com, but are men, right? It might be men that are like competitors of hers. There's what was it called? Double Your Dating. There's Double Your Money. Maybe there's so what we would look at is I would ask her who your top 5 competitors, right? There's like I think it was David, Angelo. Depends, but that's where we're going to type in the Facebook business pages here, and this would be their names. So what do you type for precise interest? It's where does your market hang out? In this case, if our market is men 35 to 45, it might be people that if they like the page for Match, because Match, like if you're on Match, they like try and get you to like their page and things like that. It might be dating and relationship shows. The Millionaire Matchmaker, guys that are single might watch that. It sounds crazy. Don't ask me how I would know. They might like, models. They might like sports, the swimsuit edition thing. They might like, so put yourself in the shoes of that market and put the pages that they would like. Most importantly, think about competitors. There's services called like It's Just Lunch or Executive Matchmaking, or figure out what they would like and type that for your market in the precise interests. This custom audience field, all this means these are very specific lists that we've uploaded into the Power Editor, which allows us to market to these people. So this means that, for example, we could take our San Diego list of 700 people from our last promotion, and we could upload it here. You can see here, and we could market to that audience. So we're not going to get into this because this is a whole session just on this, and we'll have Ryan or Shane come back for that. Now, this is saying not only, who do we want to show this to? I don't want to just show this to people that are not connected to Life on Fire. I want to show it to everybody. This is a very important button because we want our existing fans, or if it's, Jolene with the dating, we want her existing fans to engage with the ad to increase the click-through rate, right? So you can see here, how cool is this? Men that are single, boom, right? How crazy is that? Men that are single. You're right, drill down on that. We're marketing the US, we don't have to mess with languages. Her target market, 35 to 45, she's catering to an affluent market. Let's go with college, college degree. Right? Let's drill that down. Let's narrow, and drill it down. Workplaces, maybe she finds that there's, 10 big companies that pay well, that she knows that if they're in that bracket, like they would be great candidates. If they work for Google or Facebook, like maybe she finds that she works really well with techie guys. She could drill down in there too. So that's important. And as far as using a campaign, this is a big one. So I know I'm kind of getting specific here, but this is a big one where naming your campaigns, this might be called Dating IPO, and you would use whatever you're marketing to. Let's say call it the Dating IPO webinar. I would then use pick X for whatever picture I'm using, and then I would also then mention that something about the targeting. It might be targeting 1, and I know that my targeting is this, right? So I'm just identifying what the campaign is about. Your budget, you can do a lifetime or per day. Let's just say we're going to go $10 a day, and we're going to start this thing today, and we're going to end it January 1st, right? Perfect. And so that you can test it out. Now, typically, we're going to come in here and take a look at it and check it, relatively often. And so optimization, you always, this is a huge one. You want to make sure that you're optimizing for bid clicks. And optimizing for bid clicks, and then you want to make sure that you're manually bidding for the clicks. Now, what I'm about to say is going to defy what you would think, but it's going to give you a suggested bid price automatically. Now, what we actually will do is we'll go in and we'll put we'll go higher than what we're saying, because we want to just make sure that we get the impressions, and we know that if we do, they're going to drop our cost per click. We never ever pay the suggested bid price. It's usually lower because our click-through rate is high. You can review your order, and boom, you're good to go. So that is if you're running a campaign to your Facebook business page with the landing tab. If you are going to advertise a page post, you would come in here and take the same steps, except you would choose page post. As you do that, this drop-down allows you to pick your most recent status updates. Does that make sense? Give me a 1 to 10 if this makes sense. If you're following along. A 1 if you're like, man, you lost me a while ago. Oh, sweet. Okay, a lot of you guys are here. Cool. All right, so page post, and we're going to go through this pretty quick. But a page post, this is where I'm choosing my Life on Fire page. I'm choosing that this is the post. I can see how I click on this post, and you can see it here now. I can scroll down, and this is what I would actually be advertising, would be this post. Why would I choose this post? Because this is unique. This post is photos of me and Gary behind the scenes. This is really cool and unique. So, I can cater this copy and say, an event for smart entrepreneurs who want to cash in their passion, come join us live. And this would take them to a landing page about our event on January 10th. This is like a perfect campaign because it's unique looking. This, my friend Brett Gregory calls it the photo stack, is that when you have 9 photos like this, it looks different, right? It's different. It's not just one photo. This is jarring. It's unique. And so let's do that. I'm going to click Show Advanced Options. We're not going to mess with any URL tags. I'm going to mark it to people that are, for me, it's going to be 21, not to discriminate or hate. We're going to go 21 to 55. And I'm then going to then drill down and people that like Gary Vaynerchuk. Boom. People that like, I always put my own page as well. Precise Interest, Nick Unsworth. People that like Mari Smith. We're going to go Social Media Examiner. Cool. So you can see how we're already drilled down. Now, here's what we're also going to do. We're going to go San Diego, California. So now we're only at 6,000 people. So what I can do here is I can take this campaign and add entrepreneur. I can add, see, now we're up to 64,000 people, right? So I can market to only people that live, I don't even want San Diego plus 25 miles. I want in San Diego. I want them to see this and say, hey, come check out my live event with Gary Vaynerchuk, and here's the details. Boom. If you live in San Diego, it's a must attend, right? So then I come down here and want to make sure that, and it gives you some other suggestions. Custom audiences, we talked about that. I want people that are always connected. I don't care about relationship status. I'm not concerned about workplace or any of these things either. I'm going to be like, this is a Gary V live event. And then I would name this accordingly, put my per day, come through here. I'm going to run it continuously, bid for clicks, and I'm going to manually bid for clicks. And I'm going to put 0.75. Boom, place order. You can see how easy that is. Like, boom, I just, literally, this campaign. I will run this and get this going. And this ad's going to be unique. I mean, you can see how simple this is, right? So just a couple last, tidbits on it is that when you set up your ad like this, and you, once you submit it, Facebook's going to take a little bit of time to approve it. So if you run a lot of ads, the approval time that may only take, an hour, If you're new, they limit your account how much you can spend. That might take a day. Keep that in mind. Give me 1 second here. I'm just going to make a quick change to my audio and give me a scale of 1, 2 through 10 if that makes sense, if you got it, if you understand. Okay, perfect. All right, you guys still hear me okay? All right, cool. So, yeah, looks good. Okay, sweet. Awesome, guys. People are digging it. They're on it. They got it. So, sweet. So, we're a little over schedule, but what I want to do here is I want to make sure that you guys got what you need. We're going to send out a replay with the PowerPoint slides, and for you guys hanging out here, I do want to share a little something with you guys, a little special bonus as well. So we talked through we talked through the hot seat. So basically, this is just something I want to share with you guys. You heard me talk a little bit about it with the ads, but it is just so unique. It is so crazy. We spent all this money to get Gary Vaynerchuk to San Diego, and the live event is going to absolutely crush. So whether you're an entrepreneur, you're a business coach, you're looking to do Facebook advertising marketing, this event, have crazy testimonials from the one we did November 1st, and it was literally the most fun I've ever had in business. To see people have full-blown breakthroughs at the event and see people's lives change. We've had people that have left their jobs since November 1st and are already replacing the income that they had with their job in the first month. We've got a woman that's selling her business because at the end of the day, our mission is to help people love what they do for work. That's why we call it Life on Fire, is love what you do for work. When you do that, money flows in easily. And when money flows in easily, typically life gets easier, you're happier. Not that money makes you happy. Doing what you love makes you happy and being fulfilled. So I'm going to share just a little bit of details about how we can get to the next level together. We've got a really cool program with Life on Fire San Diego. And this is coming up January 10th out here in San Diego. And this is the big thing, is that going at it alone, like right now, I hope that you guys got some really good tangible tidbits from the Facebook ad workshop. And it's one of these things where you build your campaign. It's like, come back to us. And, it's like we love that with our coaching clients, is that we can hop on the phone and we can help get through a couple of the challenges or hurdles and things like that. And the way I look at it is like, as an entrepreneur, I went at it alone for so long. And I made one of the best decisions of my entire business career when about a year and a couple months ago, I hired a business coach and spent over $3,000 a month hiring this business coach, and my life had completely changed. The company that I sold, I was still the CEO. I resigned from that. I took pennies on the dollar for a bunch of my shares because I wasn't truly happy inside now. I left that business. I started Life on Fire, and it was just an alignment issue, and I got through some limiting beliefs, and it was one of these things where it was like, instead of going at it alone, hired a business coach. And that's what kind of this event is like, is that you're going to be getting coached on site, on location, and so that you're not going at it alone. We're helping you break through these different barriers. So today, here's what we've got going on for the event in San Diego. We've got a really cool special discount for you guys and some cool bonuses too. And so if you can make it out to San Diego, we're going to the concept of the event is how to make more money, work less, and have a business and life on fire. And that's at the end of the day, when you have fulfillment in your business, that's super, super important. So why attend this thing? Now, we've got people flying in from Australia. We've got people flying in from the UK. We've got, of course, if you're like in San Diego, it's such a no-brainer. The networking is going to be crazy. The content's going to be amazing. But, we've got people coming from literally all over the world for this. And it's super exciting. So what are some of the reasons? Well, first, it's a phenomenal way to get really good hands-on coaching in the room so that you can build your authority, make more money, live the dream. We're going to be talking about advanced content about the 4 pillars to a 6 or 7-figure business. This is where I go through in detail. I break down our mindset pillar, and you think, what the heck is a mindset pillar? Well, there's 4 pillars to a business or a life on fire. It's mindset, it's marketing, it's networking, and it's having fun and giving back. Having purpose, right? So the thing with the pillars is that if you don't have the right mindset every single thing I taught you here today is completely worthless if you don't do anything with it. And you know what the number one problem is with entrepreneurs? We don't get shit done fast enough, right? It's the same reason why, someone hires a personal trainer and because they don't go to the gym on their own, right? So with mindset, we have to educate and train our brains and reprogram our brains so that we're taking fast action at all times. And that's one of the things I've been studying personal development for years. I've got 2 coaches in personal development, and I've got really amazing tactics about how you can re-educate and retrain your brain so that you're consistently taking massive action and getting towards the things that make you profits and profitable, which is important. So you've got mindset, so we drill down on that. We also talk about how to focus and how to get more done in literally 2 hours than most people get done in 2 days. So my calendar is nuts. I take nights off, weekends off, week off a month, and it all didn't happen by chance. It happened by design, right? And the other thing is that I can work and focus and never get tired during the workday and stay inspired, fired up, and just completely crush it all day, yet pull back and be present to hang out with friends, to go on dates, trying to find that special someone. You know what I'm saying? And it's all by design. It's all because I've completely trained myself to get to that point. Confidence. Confidence is huge in business, but confidence just doesn't happen. Now, no matter who you are, what you do, we all have confidence, but we all can use more of it. So we talk about things that you can do to boost your confidence fast, to how to communicate better, faster, and be more effective and more influential. And then we have the marketing pillar. Marketing pillar is all about Facebook advertising and marketing is one piece. We do have like a VIP lunch that we're going to get really into ninja details on this with Shane and Ryan Skelly. But it's also marketing there's a bigger scope to it. It's how are you building that list? How are you following up with the list? What are you doing for some free content? We did a really, really cool session at our event last month with Marie Andrews about video marketing. Next piece is networking. How can we create more value for you in the room by networking everyone together? We took the last time it was about 90 entrepreneurs, and we did a really cool networking exercise. We got everyone mixed up. It was not awkward, not weird, nothing to worry about. It was literally a fun exercise where we got to meet lots of other entrepreneurs that live in that market, right? Even though we had people that in from out of town, from the event, I can't tell you how many emails I've gotten from people saying, I can't believe the impact I've had. I'm still on fire even 2-3 weeks after the event. And not to mention, I started a joint venture with Larry who does this and I do X, and we're now doing business together. So that's one thing that I'm really good at, is helping people to network together so that you can maximize your time at the event, so that you're not only just getting educated, getting mindset and marketing training, that you're walking away with contacts, which is really cool. And we're also going to be drilling down into Facebook ad strategies and all that good stuff as well. Now, as far as the networking goes, that's something where I used to own and run a company where we did high-end premium networking events, and this is something where literally this could be $497 value just for the networking alone. I've got plenty of people that have reached out since just November 1st, and they talked about how it helped their business. And the thing is that why are we flying Gary Vaynerchuk out here? Why are we spending over $30,000? Because of networking. It's because it's not only what you know, it's who you know. It's the combination of both. And I want the networking to be ridiculous. I want people to really, really, really get a ton out of it. We're going to have lots of cool contacts there. The ultimate benefit for the event is, at the end of the day, it's about increasing your profits, reducing your hours worked. And when you add in purpose and you get that direction and you're in alignment, it's Smoothie Allen going from My Fitness Chef to Smoothie Allen, right? And his message gets clear and his marketing gets easy. Attracting clients gets better faster, right? So that's super, super important. So we're going to help you make more money, work less, and love what you do every single day and live a life on fire. So basically, we've got the keynote with Gary Vaynerchuk. This is going to be a very unique experience with Gary right here in San Diego. He is the New York Times bestseller for the book called Crush It, soon to be New York Times bestseller for the book Jab, 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 Right Hook. I saw a bunch of your comments about people, saying that that they've gotten, the free copy of the book. So you're welcome. You're welcome. And this is going to be game changing. We're up leveling our own business by bringing in Gary. We also have a VIP lunch, and this is a bonus. So we're flying. We've got Shane Johnson, Ryan Skelly. These are our guys that we've worked with, we've coached, and they're going to be doing advanced Facebook ad strategies. And we're going to pay for your lunch. And the W, it would blow your mind. It's actually $52 a plate. It's ridiculous. But it's not that the food is just, we're not going to give you like 9 pounds of food. They're just super expensive. But we're going to pick up your lunch, and we're going to have an advanced training, a working lunch. The only people there at the lunch are going to be VIP members. So for you guys jumping on a ticket with us today, we're going to throw that in for you guys, VIP lunch. If you've already purchased a ticket, just reach out to support@lifeonfire.com, and we'll give you the steps on how you can take advantage of the VIP lunch as well. We're also going to give you access to our online members area. So we've got some cool resources. We've got some relationships. We've got people that can build those Facebook pages and all that good stuff for you. And we've got a really great course about how to get more fans or likes to your Facebook business page. We sell this thing for $197, and we're going to bonus it to you right here as well. And so when you add up the coaching for the full day together, networking with the entrepreneurs, and all that good stuff, it shakes out to a little over $2,000. And we're going to totally hook you guys up and make this a really, really good, crazy deal. So this is something that I always just get a kick out of. But I would love for you to guys just type in the chat box, what would you invest to break through whatever is holding you back? So think of whatever it is that you want. You might want the house. You might want to love what you do. You might want to fire your boss and leave your job, right? And then think about, why don't you have it? There's something that's holding you back, right? There's some reason why you don't have it now. And how much would you invest to break through whatever it is that's holding you back and to get it? And it sounds crazy, but I guarantee you, and I will do a full 30-day money-back guarantee on the event ticket. So if you go to the event and you say, Nick, I didn't think this thing was absolutely freaking amazing, I will personally hand you the money back in cash that day, because after doing the one November 1st, I can say that with conviction, because we literally changed lives in the room. Like, it was completely transformational. It was crazy, like nothing people had ever been to. So I'd ask you what it is that you want. Why don't you have it? How much you invest to break through and get to that 6 or 7 figure mark in business? So just type in the chat box. I'm curious to see what the response is. $1,000 just can't afford it right now. Tamira, $10,000 Wes, $5,000 Susan, $2,000 Amy, or more. She said, right? $500 Erica, $6K Andre. I spent $5,000 to go to an Evan Pagan event that changed my life, and that happened back in 2008. And what's so cool about this is, like, we are, our event prices are going to consistently go up, but it's like we're at this place where I am so passionate about helping people and giving back and just serving this community, especially the entrepreneur community. We're going to totally hook it up, and we're going to give the ticket price for $197. If something crazy happened and you're like, Nick, I don't even have that, I need to do like a 2-pay, I don't even care. Just email support@lifeonfire.com. I would never, ever in a million years want money to hold anyone back, because I know after being on that stage and rocking that thing out and working with people, for me, that was probably my proudest moment in business in my entire life, was that day, November 1st. I will never forget it for the rest of my entire life. And that moment was a culmination of tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars of coaching that I've spent to hire Suzanne, to hire Giovanni, to hire Michael Burnoff, to buy info products, and all that stuff just to help make myself the best version of myself. It's all we can do, is just try and be the best versions of ourselves. And that day, November 1st, when I did my first one-day event, and change lives, I will never forget it. And it wasn't just the cliche, changing lives. It was people that left there and literally quit their jobs and signed up for our coaching program, and they've been crushing since. So the feedback has been amazing. But basically, no matter what it is, don't let money hold you back. I mean, literally email me personally, and I'll find a way to help you get there. And there's always a way. It's $197. But basically $197. And we've got the VIP lunch if you jump on board as well. And so that's for the first 50 people that hop on this today. And it's basically lifeonfire.com/San Diego. And you do have to put in the coupon code. So if I click on this, it's going to bring me to lifeonfire.com/San Diego. And what I want you to do is, bookmark this page, take a look at the video, take a look at these video testimonials, and see the passion and the fire in these guys about the event. It was pretty crazy because we just did it November 1st. So you go to lifeonfire.com/San Diego, and we're going to throw in for the first 50 folks that hop on tonight. It's got to be today. We're going to give you access to the VIP lunch. And keep in mind that that is only open for you guys, hopping in here today. And the discount is for you guys here today as well. And so I'm going to put the link in the chat box, lifeonfire.com/San Diego. And then keep in mind, all you have to do is you've got to just type in this code, SAVE300. And so you just pop over here to the registration button, and then you've got to reduce it by clicking say or typing save 300, and boom, it'll pop down the cost to $197. And that's key. Heading to this event, you can see we've got a whole bunch of pictures on the Life on Fire Facebook page, and it's all about doing whatever you've got to do to break through whatever's holding you back. For a lot of people, it's limiting beliefs in our minds. For other people, it's the marketing tactics, or they're not taking action or don't have accountability. For some, they might need networking and connections. But at the end of the day, for $197 to create a quantum leap in your business is, it's peanuts. Peanuts. So any questions on that? Yeah, awesome, guys. Thanks. Can we purchase a ticket for a friend? Yeah, Michelle, why don't Michelle grab a ticket and then email support@lifeonfire.com, and we'll see what we can do to help out your friend. Can't put a price on WOW. I love it. Thank you. I pay whatever. So going from 20K to 275 fans. Awesome, James. Sold. Awesome deal, Nick. Great content today. Thanks, guys. She's saying, are you serious? That's a steal. Oh my God, that's insane. I'll make this work. Awesome, Parker. Cool. So I already have a ticket pumped. All right, what I'm going to do? I'm going to put someone on the spot. So let's see here. See if I can't put... if you already have a ticket or you just purchased a ticket, just type in, I'm going. And I want to just do something here on the fly. Awesome. Oh, that's so cool. Welcome, guys. Got a whole bunch of folks that are hopping on, going to join us out here in San Diego. So I'm going to pull up a random person. So this is always interesting on the fly, but you're going to get to hear some interesting feedback. All right, so we got James. James, unknown last name, it says. What's going on, James?
What's going on, man?
What's happening? So you're going to the event, I hear. Give us your feedback.
Well, so far so good. I run a fan page, and I just kind of blew up ever since September. I've been working with this guy since 2008. We went from 20,000 to over 275,000 fans since September, and all I do is just sit back and kind of boost some posts, and I don't do anything as elaborate as what you guys do. But so far so good. And if you guys at this business seminar, do you guys also teach like the conversion ratios and stuff like that going to like the sites?
Yeah, so I'm really glad you hopped on here. today, just because the VIP lunch is going to be really advanced with the Facebook tactics. So we cover that in the general session, but the VIP lunch is definitely advanced, where we're gonna get you everything you need. It's what I covered here today to the next level.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I mean, I do have people that get delivered to a landing page where they get a free trial, and I mean, there's a lot of different things we've done, but it's just, I mean, I'm more interested in, obviously, it's not that I'm having a problem ramping up fans, it's just converting those fans into actual paid members on a membership-based site, and that numbers talk. I mean, even 1% of those people becoming members of the site, that translates into a lot of residual income. And I just spent the last 10 days in China, and the only thing that I couldn't do is social media because they censor everything out there. But it's kind of like you, I have the freedom to be wherever I want as long as I can get online. But it's definitely not a lot nicer when you have 10,000 paying members at $10 a month versus like 1,000 or 2,000. So.
Totally. And Jade, there's just a little echo coming back on our side, so I popped on mute as I talk. But dude, I mean, it's awesome. If you're already having success, managing, Facebook marketing for other people, for that client or for that business, I mean, this is just going to be an additional. It's like an additional catalyst, you know what I mean, like a little X factor to help you, you'll walk out of there with some really good tangible techniques, things you can do to really monetize all those fans and the likes and to drive to build your email list. So it's like, what are the tangible takeaways from the event is I think first is, we found from the last event that there's a lot of people that had, that maybe weren't doing what they love. And to me, that like breaks my heart. I literally have been on a mission for years to do what I love. And what's so funny is that after, turning over stones and just trying everything as an entrepreneur, I found that what I love is helping people, right? So for me, Facebook marketing helps me help people. And then on top of that, my kind of next evolution is I became a business coach. And from there, being able to not only help people with Facebook marketing, but help people break through their own limiting beliefs and get to the next level, it was just a deeper sense of connection. And what's crazy is I'm now actually helping people to do what they love. And there's people, we actually pulled up, one of the women we pulled up on a hot seat, 30-minute hot seat in front of the entire audience, completely live. She was a randomly chosen attendee. And they got to see me just literally work with her in 30 minutes. And in 30 minutes, we had a full-blown breakthrough. And this is one of the women that quit her job within about a week after leaving the event and then went on. So now she's starting her whole dating and relationship website and her whole brand. And we're cranking away with that. It's just it's a wild, it's a pretty crazy experience that she happened to be the random person with the case study, or the hot seat, live. But it's just crazy what can happen when you're around the right energy. We've got some phenomenal entrepreneurs that are going to be there in the room that night. And the cool thing too is that we're going to go through, have some amazing content. It's the actual event is about 9 to 5. We do have the agenda on here as well. And we're gonna basically do speed networking in the morning. We're gonna have the high impact coaching session. We're gonna do lunch. We're gonna have the second high impact coaching session, and then Gary Vaynerchuk doing the keynote. And then afterwards, we're probably gonna go to about 5:30 or 6, and then about 6 to 9, we rented out the rooftop bar. So we're officially at the W Hotel. You guys know where the W is in downtown? Sweet, cool. Yeah, W is super nice. It's amazing. We had the event there last time. And so we've got the rooftop bar for 6 to 9. And what we're doing for that is our private clients, we call them fire starters, and Gary Vaynerchuk from 6 to 9 are going to have a separate private, networking event where it's going to be catered with hors d'oeuvres, and we're going to have drinks, all that kind of cool stuff. And that's where, Gary Vaynerchuk literally charges over $1,000 for 10 minutes of his time. Where that is our way of bringing a unique experience, like meeting this guy, to our event for our private coaching clients. So our Firestarter coaching program, we've got this whole referral contest that we're doing. Definitely check it out. I mean, we'd love for you to also, obviously upgrade
to become a fire starter if it makes sense for you. We do have an application process, but we also have what we call the VIP experience. So anyone that buys a ticket tonight is going to see a one-time offer to be a part of the VIP experience, and that's to meet Gary Vaynerchuk on Friday, January 10th, and to be part of that evening and hang out with all the other high-level entrepreneurs out here in San Diego. And then on top of that, we have a 2-day mastermind, which is Saturday and Sunday. And that's where it's a small group, and we work on each other's businesses individually for 30 minutes apiece. And so if you upgrade to the VIP experience, you get that in-person mastermind as well. So if you live in San Diego, it's like, come to the event. If you can also swing the mastermind, it's phenomenal. We've had crazy cool things happen in the mastermind. We've got all kinds of details for you too. And we also are giving away our Facebook Marketing 20-Day Challenge. It's a $1,000 course, and we're giving that away for $97. And that's a donation to Make-A-Wish. So you only see those 2 bonuses if you purchase a ticket for the event, but I just want to make sure that you're aware of them. And if you're into Facebook marketing, you could buy a ticket for the event for $197 and donate to Make-A-Wish for $97 and get the full Facebook course. So pretty crazy. So any questions on the event and what's going on coming up? Feel free to type it into the chat box. And again, it's lifeonfire.com/San Diego. And then all you have to do is go to the link, hop in, put the coupon code SAVE300, join us in San Diego live with, we're capped at about 150 people. And so we are definitely going to sell out. We are not going to have room for everybody. So if you buy today, you're getting the special pricing, plus you're getting the VIP lunch. So keep that in mind. And also, we're not going to know, we'll be able to give some heads up, like, hey, we have 10 tickets left, in our emails and stuff. But you don't want to miss it, because we do have a couple affiliates promoting. They could send one email and sell the rest of the tickets. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so Radha is saying, okay, cool, just emailed you a few minutes ago. Sounds good, Tony. Nick Unsworth unknown. Somehow you've got my name on there. The dates don't work. Cool, we do have a video guy that's going to be there who's going to be shooting the events. Okay, cool. We've got, all right. I like your style of presentation. Pretty cool to present. A cool way to present and close. Awesome. Thanks, man. Okay, so Jared, 1, 2, 3. Is this thing on? Looking forward to meeting you. You rock. Yep, cool. It does work. I can't see your comment. Thomas, welcome. Congrats on hopping in. I love it. I love it. Mason loves the W Hotel. Cool, cool. Thank you, Molly. Appreciate the feedback. And that's the thing here. It's like, at the end of the day, I'm literally just doing I'm practicing what I preach. My goal here was to add a ton of value for you guys. I think that I have, delivered. I walked through how to create a marketing funnel, how to identify your ideal customer. Then we put together a couple ads, and then it's like, you know what? If you look at me and say, here's a guy who's got a proven track record. He's built and sold a business, and he's got a history of helping people get their businesses to the next level and breaking through 6, if not 7 figures in some cases. And if I've demonstrated that, and you can get to San Diego, or shoot, if you live in San Diego, it'd be crazy not to. I put together meetups for the San Diego fire starters out here. I mean, shoot, we're getting together at George's in La Jolla today with that woman Jolene, in the dating niche, and a couple other fire starters. And if you're on this right now and you're a fire starter, this is officially your notice that just to text me or email me or just meet me at George's in La Jolla at 4. Because we're going to be doing some hot seats. This is just, this is Nick doing the over-delivering thing, you know what I mean? And this is not part of their program that they paid for. This is it's my mission to help them grow their businesses and crush it. This woman left her job, and she's already cranking. She's making videos like crazy. So it's really cool. So definitely, this is cool. That's so sweet. Beverly, oh, when is that meetup at George's? I'm so there. All right, Beverly, I'm going to blow your freaking socks off. You're going to watch me do 30-minute hot seats at the table. And this is like my jam. This is like what I'm best at. This is why people get so much value out of our mastermind. Um, oh, that's what. So we've got, all right, so here's the thing. If you're in that's right, I forgot we had a lot of people here in San Diego. All right, cool. So, all right, so let's do this. If you're in San Diego, meet me at George's. You can do 4. I'm going to be there at 4. I'm going to be working on people's hot seats, so I'm going to try and see if we can get a bigger table. I don't know how many people we're going to have there, but just come to. Oh shoot! There's more people here that I live in San Diego than I realized. Well, this is good. I want you to see me in action, and I want you to see what's going on. So, George's is in La Jolla. I don't know what floor we're going to be at yet, but you probably should know what I look like, says I'm on all these ads and stuff. But I assure you we'll be there at 4 o'clock. I'm probably trying to get a bigger table just in case to accommodate. And I'm going to show you guys how I do these hot seats and saying what day. So it's literally today. It's in an hour and 45 minutes. I'm going to go there, and I've got 3 fire starters, our coaching clients. I'm going to rock out and completely help them with their businesses. We'll do that for probably an hour, and then we're just going to have some drinks and hang out for a little bit. So if you're in San Diego, yeah, you're invited. So I kind of did that on the fly. If you're watching the recording, just keep in mind this is, what's today? Today is December 2nd. So if you're watching a replay of this, do not go to George's. This is only, of course, because I'm going there today in an hour and a half. But yeah, so cool. Pop in. You'll find me there, and love to meet you. And then otherwise, no matter where you live, get to San Diego for the Life on Fire San Diego big old badass event. Going to lifeonfire.com/San Diego. Take advantage of the special pricing that will be going up, and also make sure that you get your seat at the event. We do have limited seating. Coupon code is SAVE300. By getting it right now, you're also going to get the VIP lunch with all the advanced Facebook ad strategies, and that's what those guys I was telling you about, Shane and Ryan. So this is, I hope you got a tremendous amount of value out of this. We will give you guys the PowerPoint slides, and then get to San Diego, and let's meet and let's hang out. And Beverly's saying, today, yikes. I know what you look like, so I read Perez's event. Cool. We'll catch you there. And Wes, partay. Yeah, man. For sure, for sure. Alan, I'm glad to have you, man. Saying, great webinar. Looking forward to the event in January. Thank you. Brad. Awesome, guys. Get down to the whales. Cool. Well, guys, I really hope you enjoyed. This is just the tip of the iceberg. This is like a little baby fraction of what I have to bring to the table for you guys. I'm going to bring it hard for the rest of the month, and then also next year I've got some really cool stuff to be rolling out. And the January 10th event is going to be bomb. So really hope to see you there, and you guys have a great rest of your day, and we will talk to you soon. See you guys.